Welcome, Stampers. If this is your first time here, I'm Terry Hartley from Rustic Barn Cards, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the beautiful countryside of Iowa. Although today I'm coming to you from sunny and warm Florida. So welcome. I'm here for a few more weeks before I go back to Iowa, so I'm enjoying the sunny, warm weather. Although I think today in Iowa it is warmer than usual. I have family visiting. I have family here in Florida that I'm visiting, so that has been fun too. You will see the live up in the corner if you're watching this live. Otherwise, you know you're watching the replay. And I am streaming this live on YouTube and Facebook. So please, as you get the notification and hop on, say hi and let me know where you're watching from. I'd appreciate that. And today is Tuesday, March 1st, 2022. And oh my, does Stampin' Up! Have a lot going on. And I'm going to share that with you when I turn the camera down, because there's a lot going on. So I'll share what Stampin' Up! Has going on. I'll share what I have going on in March, and we are going to make a card. Do you ever need like a quick card, but yet you want it to look nice, but you don't have a lot of time? Well, I think the card that we're going to make today will work. It's a quick card, an easy card, and I hope that you'll like it. And it may be one that you'll go to when you need that quick and easy card. It has several layers, but it is still quick and easy. And I was part of a crafting day over this past weekend, so I do want to give a shout out to Brandy Cox, because she inspired me to make this card. So I've changed it up a little bit from her card, but I want to give her a shout out. So again, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing by clicking that subscribe button down below. I really appreciate that. And hi, Judy. Good to see you. So go ahead, and if you're on Facebook, if you give me a thumbs up, that really helps too, and I appreciate that. So as I said, I'm going to share some things going on with Stampin' Up! And what's going on with me crafting in March. And then we're going to make a quick and easy card. I really try to keep my live videos between 30 and 45 minutes. And I hope you find that useful. So I try not to make them too long, but yet long enough that I give you some value, right? Okay. Well, it is time for prizes. Yes. There's 3 ways that you can win a prize. You can leave a comment, whether you're watching this on live or replay, and you can share this video, whether on YouTube and Facebook both have a place where you can share, and I really appreciate that. And for those of you that ordered from me from the last live through yesterday, your name was in a drawing for random. So all the names go in for a random drawing. So this is the card that we made last week. It was a birthday card, a fun fold. If you haven't seen this video, you can go back and watch it. It's really also a quick and easy fun fold. And congratulations to the winner for leaving a comment last week of the random drawing. Congratulations, Jenny Johnson of Iowa. And this envelope will be on its way to you this week. And then congratulations to the winner for sharing my video. And I have a roll of Blackberry Bliss ribbon. Really a pretty color. And congratulations, Peggy Engel. And I don't have your address, so please reach out to me, contact me, and I'll get that roll of ribbon out to you. And then I have a stamp set, Awesome Otters. And as most of you know, celebration ended yesterday, but everyone who placed an order with me was in a random drawing, and congratulations to the winner that will receive this Awesome Otter stamp set, Judy N. of Iowa. lots of Iowa winners today. And I do have your address. So, and Judy, you're on here. So awesome. And this will be going out in the mail to you this week. So congratulations. So again, I'm kind of excited about sharing all of the things that Stampin' Up has going on and also what I have going on. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Sometimes I'm never sure which audio that I'm coming from. So let me turn some lights on here a little bit and we are ready to go. So as I said, we're going to make this quick card, but I want to share what Stampin' Up has going on because there is a lot, but I'll try to make it quick, but I want you to know about it. Right now, the Waves of the Ocean collection, starting today through May 2nd, you can order this entire collection or you can pick and choose. So you don't have to get all of it. But there is a stamp set and a dies, and you and this is an early release, which means the stamp set and dies will be in the new annual catalog coming out. Good, Judy. I'm glad you're going to be able to get some use, and they will be fun to use. Those otters are so cute. And then there's Waves of the Ocean 12 by 12 designer series paper, blue foil, and these beautiful rhinestones. And these are only available while supplies last. So these will not be in the new annual catalog, okay? But the stamp set and dies will. So just really quick, this is the stamp set. And it has this beautiful wave. And I have been having fun making some cards with this, so which we will probably do next week. And there are 10 dies. So we have 2 waves, and we have clouds, and we have a die that will cut out the little pelican on the stump there, and then some label dies and birds. So a really fun die set. And of course, this definitely made me think of Florida. So, but any tropical place, right? If you haven't seen this designer series paper, now what the artist at Stampin' Up, what they did something called acrylic pouring. So, and I have been using it, that's why but look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? So we have some beautiful, beautiful, looks like the waves of the ocean. I mean, it's just, I think they're just beautiful. And then on the back, we have these colors here. So really beautiful, rich colors and lovely design. So I just love the designer series paper. And then the foil sheets. This is a specialty, and you get 6 sheets, 2 of 3 colors. So let's see if we can get this out to look at. You get Night of Navy, Silver, and Coastal Cabana. And I think I have it upside down. There we go. So you have Silver. You have Coastal Cabana. And you have this beautiful, beautiful Night of Navy. Okay, let me see if I can get that back in here. So, I think I need more room to put things. And then I want to show you the rhinestones. They are just gorgeous. And I will definitely have to buy more than 1 pack. And I've already been using a few of those, as you can see. So again, the stamp set and the dies will be in the annual catalog, but the rest will not be. All right, starting today, we have Stampin' Up! Has a promotion, Savings Are in Bloom. And the mini cut and emboss machine, you save 20% for the month of March, and 13 bundles. And that bundles are stamp sets and dies. So there are 13 that you can save 20%. And these are from the annual catalog. Now, if you would like to see this a little bit better, you can go to my webpage at rusticbarncards.com, and there's a place to click, and it will open up, and you can see all of these. We are going to use one of these. We're going to use the art gallery bundle for our card today. So again, the Savings in Bloom is now through March 31st. You can save 20% on that mini cut and emboss machine and 13 bundles, which includes stamp sets and the dies. One more thing that Stampin' Up! Has going on right now is they have a brand new kit just for kids. It's a robot. I don't know why I couldn't get that word out. Buddy's Kids Card Kit. Hi, Deb. Good to see you. I like a private show. I like that. So we have this new stamp set, and so it's a card kit, but this is a stamp set, and this is all things that come with it. You make 9 cards, 3 of 3 designs, and envelopes come with it. You get a sticker sheet and die cuts, 2 Stampin' Ink spots, and they are Bermuda Bay and Pumpkin Pie, and they're regular size cards, and the cost is $23, and you can go to stampinup.com/kits and see all the kits that we have. But this one just came out today, and it's specially for kids. Well, I think all of us would like it, right? All right. So now what do I have going on? Well, I have my monthly stamps club. So for $30, you will receive a stamp set in the mail, and we are going to use the Waves of Inspiration, which is that brand new stamp set you can actually, purchase starting today. But for the stamps, monthly stamps club for $30, you'll get the Waves of Inspiration stamp set. You'll receive a card kit in the mail for 6 cards, and that will be 3 different designs, 2 of each of 3 designs, and a video tutorial how to put them together. Now, you can add the dies on to this if you wanted to, but you definitely don't need to. And again, you just sign up, and more information on my webpage. Now, today's card that I'm making, I made up a project sheet with dimensions and the directions and pictures and all the supplies that I used and even the item numbers. So you'd have those handy if you wanted anything that I'm going to do today. And I have it on my webpage, and you can just click and you can print it out. So I want to show you because sometimes when people say that, I find that I go there and I'm like, okay, where's it at? I can't find it. So what I've done is that I printed off really quick. This is when you go to rusticbarncards.com, this is the first page you'll see. It welcomes you there, and it says save 20%. You click right here, and you'll see all those bundles, those 13 bundles that are on sale. Project download for my quick art gallery card that we're going to make today. You just click right here, and it opens up, and you can print that out, and you have all the directions and the dimensions and the item numbers for everything that I use. Here's from Monthly Stamps Club that you can click for more information. And you can't really see it, but up here there's more menu, and it says blog, blog, blog. You can go there, and all the supplies that I'm using today, you can just click on whatever that you want, and it goes right into a cart. But you can't print from the blog, but you can. Here you can print all the dimensions and everything. And in the blog I have the dimensions and everything too. But if you want to, like, maybe start a notebook of card ideas, then this is perfect. Okay, well, we need to get to stamping, right? Well, I have a funny little story here to tell you in a second, because first of all, we're going to be using this art gallery bundle. which comes with the floor gallery dies. But right now, this was sold separately, but right now, Stampin' Up! Has this together, and you can save 20%. And so this is what we're going to be using today. We're going to be using these for the flower and the stems. I'm going to pull those out, but you also have some labels, and you have some words and other dies in here that cut out the other images. Hi, Rita from Oregon. Good to see you. Now, I want to make this a thinking of you card. And guess what? I'm thinking of you. Well, that's great. But guess what? When I open it up, my I'm thinking of you stamp isn't in here. So evidently it's back in Iowa, but I'm not in Iowa. I'm in Florida. So I can't pull it out. So I evidently did not put the stamp back in the stamp case. So I don't know if this ever happened to you or not, but it most definitely did to me. So I am going to be using the expressions of friendship sentiment, thinking of you, for our card. Otherwise, I would use the one that comes in the art gallery, because we have I miss you, congratulations, happy birthday, good luck, best wishes, thank you, sorry. So many awesome sentiments for so many different occasions. Now, this is a 2-step stamp set, and we're going to be using both of these images here for the flower today, and I'll explain to you what that means if you are a beginner stamper and may not know that. And then I'm going to be using some designer series paper from the Heart and Home collection, and this is in our mini catalog. Okay, so lots of different colors in here, and I'm going to be using the fresh freesia. And stay with me to the end, because I do have a second card to show you. All right, so here's what we're going to need today. I'm going to bring in our card base, and this is 8.5 by 5.5, folded in half, and I always like to give it an extra crease with the bone folder. Designer series paper is 2.5 by 4.25. And then we have basic white, and it is 5 by 3. And our basic white for our sentiment is 1/4 by 4.25. And then we have a scrap of basic white to stamp our images. And we have Old Olive, and this is 5.25 by 3.25. I know sometimes I say a quarter, sometimes I say a fourth, but 1/4 and a quarter is the same. And then we have Mossy Meadow, which is 5.5 by 3.5. Okay, so let's do our little some stamping first. I'm going to lay that aside. And I am going to bring in, because these are photopolymer stamps, I'm going to bring in my piercing mat, because it gives a little bit of a cushion. And if you don't have a cushion, you can actually use a magazine. We're going to use Memento Black ink, Fresh Freesia, and Old Olive today. So those are the colors that we're going to use. So I'm going to open up the Fresh Freesia, and I'm going to start. I have both of our flowers on blocks. I'm going to start with this one here, and I'm going to go ahead and ink this up, and then I'm going to stamp off, because I want it a little bit lighter, and then I'm going to stamp on. Now you can, with this 2-step, you can actually use 2 different colors of ink. So I could, I'm using just the one color, but you can definitely stamp this in one color and then choose maybe Gorgeous Grape or Highland Heather or a different color if you wanted to. So now I'm going to bring in my second flower image, and I'm not going to I want this a little darker, so I am not going to stamp off. I'm going to stamp at full strength right on top of my first image. And we are finished with that. We just need one flower today because, like I said, it's going to be quick and easy. I'm going to use Old Olive. And I'm going to ink up. And then I'm going to stamp right here. And that's all I need there. And then I'm going to place our dies. And this one, you just have to kind of turn it. You just kind of, it doesn't take too hard. It's not too hard to figure out which way it goes. And then I'm going to run those through the die cutting machine, which I have already done. And here's our flower. And here is our stem and our 2 leaves. So I'll lay that right here. And let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment. We're going to use the Memento Black ink. And I don't really need this cushion anymore because I'm not using a photopolymer. I'm using a cling stamp, and it already has red rubber and already has a cushion on it. And of course, I'm doing that because I didn't have my Thinking of You stamp in my... I'm just going to make sure this is... Yes. And I'm going to put that about in the middle. Clean my stamp. And we're ready to put our card together. So I am going to bring in our DSP, and we're going to place it right at the bottom. And sometimes I'm going to use liquid glue today, but sometimes I'll use the Stamp and Seal because sometimes your glue gets a little, if you haven't used it for a day or two, it gets a little dried. But sometimes I use Stamp and Seal on Designer Series paper because Designer Series paper is a little thinner than cardstock, and I don't want my liquid glue. I'm going to make sure I get it right. I think it needs to go this way. We want the flowers to be up, right? Maybe it doesn't really matter, but it looks like to me it goes a little bit better this way. Okay, so now we're going to bring in our 2 Mossy Meadow and our Old Olive, and I'm going to layer those together. And just layer those right. Try to even them up best we can. There we go. And then I'm going to put adhesive on the back of the Mossy Meadow. Then we're going to add it to our front of our card base. So we'll bring in our card base. And this is we're going to try to put this right in the center and have about the same amount of space on the left as on the right. And this goes to the top of our card base to the bottom. And I'm going to try to get that straight. And then I am going to bring in, but some reason this is not, we're going to bring our trimmer in because this evidently is not 5 by 3. So we want it 5 by 3. Let's see. Yes, we want it 5 by 3. All right, now we have what we need. You know what I probably did, right? Have you caught on what I probably did? I probably stamped on the piece that needed to be on our card, and this piece was probably the scrap. So be careful. Make sure you know which is a scrap and which is part of your card. All right, so now we are going to add this. Before we add it to our card, we are going to add this to the bottom, but I want to go ahead and pop up our flower first. So I'm going to bring our flower in, and we're going to add some dimensionals. Well, luckily I had my trimmer handy, so I could just fix that problem, but that's exactly what I did. That larger piece was for the stamping. And I use the layer piece. All right, so I'm just going to put 2 on each side. You'd probably get by with 1, I imagine. And then I'm going to go ahead and take off the tops. And I want to put this, I want to put my flower on first before I add this to the card base, because I'm going to be wrapping the sentiment around the basic white. And I do have another card in a different color to show you. You could actually use this design with any stamp set that you have. So I've popped this up on the 5x3 basic white, and now I'm going to take the Thinking of You, and I'm going to place it like right here at the bottom. And then I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to fold the ends. And you can use Scotch tape. I'm going to use liquid glue. You could use Stampin' Seal. If you use the liquid glue, you want to hold that just a little bit. I'm not going to do this other one yet. I want to make sure, turn it back over, make sure that I get it lined up and that it's straight. Then I'll show you a little trick that I like to do. And you can still just make sure you get that like. So see how this kind of pops up in the middle? First of all, I need to lower that just a little bit to make it even. There we go. I'm going to bring in a glue dot and my Take Your Pick tool. And I'm just going to pick up a glue dot. And then I'm just going to place that right under the middle here. So it doesn't show. And then that will keep our sentiment down. And then I'm going to turn this over, and we're going to pop this last layer up that has our flower and our stem. Now our flower's popped up. And our stem's popped up. And then we're going to go ahead and pop this up. Now you could add a couple more dimensionals if you wanted to, but I think 5 will work. The pinkish purple color that we use for the flower, that's one of our new in colors. Well, it's been about a year now, but that's called Fresh Freesia. And then, of course, we're not finished yet, are we? Because we definitely have to add some embellishments. So I'm going to bring in, and these are our 2021 to 2023 in colors. So every 2 years, Stampin' Up! Brings out 5 new colors. So we are going to have 5 colors retiring at the end of the annual catalog, at the end of, I guess, end of April, first part of May, and we'll get 5 new colors. But this Fresh Freesia is one of the 5 new colors. So this will be around for another year. And I'm going to bring in, and these are all the colors. So we have polished pink, pale papaya, evening evergreen, and soft succulent, and fresh freesia. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up the fresh freesia. Now you could most definitely use a different, like maybe a contrast. We could have used the evening evergreen. I think that would have been pretty too. I'm going to go ahead and just use the fresh freesia. And thank you, Rita. I'm glad you like the card. So again, it's quick and easy. It has several layers, but it didn't take us long. Let me bring in another card using Art Gallery. And here I used the Designer Series paper from the Tulip Designer Series paper, and pumpkin pie. I think it was pumpkin pie. As I say that, for some reason, but yes, it was. So here's a card using pumpkin pie, and I used evening evergreen and soft succulent on the layers, where here we use mossy meadow and old olive. So which card do you like the best? Let me know which card that you like the best. So Judy, that pinkish purple color, that's called fresh freesia. Well, I hope you like the cards. They were quick and easy. Again, Rita, you like the fresh freesia the best? Okay, the one that we made today. All right, good. But you can see you could make lots of different cards, and they could look very different by just changing the ink colors. And this could be a birthday card, whatever you want it to be, just by changing the sentiment. This card layout would work with a lot of different stamp sets or whatever you have. And well, thanks, Rita. I'm glad that I appreciate and glad you think they're gorgeous. Thank you so much. So again, I'm Terry Hartley at Rustic Barn Cards. I come live on Tuesday, 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern, and I'm not sure about the other times. And I'm glad you like the fresh freesia. I'm kind of partial to lavender or purple, so I had to make one of those cards, right? I hope all of you have a great week. And again, don't forget, over on my webpage, you can click and there's a PDF for you to click, and it has all the dimensions, pictures, and all the item numbers for everything that I used today making this card, and you can print it off. So, and also all the stamp sets that are on sale are over on my website at rusticbarncards.com. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week. Thank you for watching.